Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your weekly installment of poetry, live from the stage at Cush Cafe in Eugene, Oregon. This would be Carry On at Cush. All right, come on, get it up there, get it up there, get it up there. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, bring it on. Broadcasting live on YouTube. You're stepping on this stage is implied consent that you allow us to broadcast you live and archive you on YouTube. Go study yourself. You might get better as a poet. I know I'm always interested. Hey, Andrew, would you unplug that light there? Thank you. Okay, an exciting night of poetry. We've got 15, 16 people on the list, so let's get going. I don't have any good speeches for you this week. All I've got to say is this. Isn't it nice that it's a little cooler? Had a heat wave in Eugene, Oregon. Downright nasty. Okay, one piece of business. When Kit is not doing, that's my name, Kit. Don't wear it out. Carry it on. When I'm not doing Carry On at Cush, I do this thing. It's a 55-minute jazz poetry epic called Hard Knock Skin. And we are currently seeking a female vocalist, female performer, to fill out our complement of Merry Tricksters. So if you're interested, females, come talk to me. How you doing, Julius? Are you going to read tonight? You need to decide now, yes? Okay, you're going to be number 12 and a half. All right, usually I start out. So I don't have so much a poem as a chant to open the festivities with.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about. So I'm going to do it and try and find out. A little thing that popped into my head last week. It goes like this. Listen in the wee small hours. Listen down deep in your heart. Listen, birth well the trilling word. Here comes the fire, the magic. Here comes the music, the language. Here comes the poem, the story. Here comes you and I. Here comes the show. That's right. Here it comes like a freight train loaded with adjectives and conjunctions and conjunction, junction, what's your function? I just dated myself. I'm an old guy. I remember Schoolhouse Rocks. All right, we're going to go dig in right away. There is no delay. We're going to play. Andrew, come to the Carry On stage. Please enter via our poet loading slot. Everyone enter via the poet loading slot over here. Let's go have a good time at Cush. Does everyone have their coffee? Did you get the best coffee in the Pacific Northwest?
Yes.
So are we all hyped up? Yes, we ought to train. All right, Andrew, you got 7 minutes to knock it up. Get on up here.
What's up, motherfuckers? So, this poem is God's Ode to Boredom. It must be really boring just being God.
Yep.
Knowing all there is to know, seeing all there is to see all at once, being all there is to be. Bored in her own self-sufficiency, so that explains pretty much everything that occurs. So a certain kind of boredom is necessary. To remember who we are and what this is, it is all made up. It all came out of nothing.
Look at that crazy poet.
And we are nature eating itself up, trees replanting themselves and pigs cooking themselves. We are weather patterns of physics, tornadoes blowing and combining through the landscapes of each other's lives. We are the hurricane and the lives destroyed, units of perception, with all of this pivoting on the axis of our filtered awareness relative to us. The world is standing still in our honor, and the sun rises and bows in worship of our wakefulness. The stars shine down on us, and we are standing here on a floating rock covered in water, air, and vegetation, where my down is China's up. But the truth is, we're floating. And directionality does not exist because relative to points which relative to the infinite abyss are aimless on this canvas, as long as we are entertained by this, we are only seeing with two eyes, and the mind's third eye remains closed. There is nothing new, and there are no original thoughts. I'm saying what's been said for thousands of years, and that's it.
That's it.
That's all that ever comes out of anyone's mouth is syllables styled differently, fit within ready-made frames, a set of potential thoughts that can be had by combining certain words together or not combining other words together. We are operating within the archetypes we have set up for ourselves and a host of possibilities to keep us entertained as long as possible. Boredom is a proper response to performance. Laughter to calamity. Virtue and vanity in the presence of God and profanity. This is nothing but a collaborative production made by atoms and bacteria and cells and animals and us. Animals, our encountering of a collective existence, a feeling of millennia of masterpieces leading up to this feeling of boredom. And maybe it's because I'm writing this to tune out a church sermon, but I'm bored as fucking hell. And I want to take this moment to affirm a few metaphysical truths. There is no loss in the universe, only change. And change is relative to the specificity of our finitude, because on the space-time continuum, each disparate happening is always there. Therefore, there is no loss, only change, and even change is relative to us. Therefore, death does not exist. It never happens. No one ever dies. Our sense of ourselves is in our awareness is a crest on a wave in a tsunami rushing from a deep ocean. We are living in anxiety that we have a self that will die, but any self that could ever be written of via the elimination of preferences, details, hobbies, thoughts, behaviors, past, presents, hopes, was never a real self anyways. So there is no death. Only waves crashing and receding and crashing again like reincarnations and mathematical patterns of fractal-esque interconnectivity, meeting the same God veiled in different masks until we get bored enough of the mask. We wonder to ask, what's behind the mask? Are you bored of this poem yet?
Yes. No.
You should be. It's just another mask, and I'm only stating what you already know and have had a sixth sense of all this time, and if you disbelieve this, you only deny what you are, but God. Diluting your very essence over time with pretentious limits on yourself, diluting yourself enough to escape the dull humdrum la-di-da existence of this collaborative makeup session. Every action arises out of some kind of boredom and dissatisfaction. The premise for every doing being the believing that accomplishing something is accomplishing something other than diverting our attention from the game we're playing with ourselves. In order to reach enlightenment, we must first become bored. And doing shit to not be bored runs counter to realizing what we ought to realize. We should become bored with fun, bored with love.
That's right.
Bored with suffering and pain, bored with writing and hearing and reading and doing, and even bored with being bored. And persist through each experience to the boredom after the fall, and from that pure place of creation, make something for yourself if you wish, even if it won't be new. You must go to that place and come back with phantoms conjured up ex nihilo to represent your soul, made of debris blowing in the wind, the form of which you'll fuck up by attempting to clasp any creative moment in your hands, and that is us. Ghosts stranded, living our lives, grabbing at things and finding our hands empty. If we're bored enough, we can even pass our appendages right through ourselves, and there is no resolution to this tension but what you choose. Choice is the primal creative act our divine sparks are drawn to like magnets, because God is the ocean, and God is the white foam crest, and God is the clothes, and God is the flesh undressed. And God got bored, so God dreamt up this. And we are God's dreaming of reasons to live. We never do anything but what we want. And whether we admit it or not, we have no other reason to give.
Brother Andrew is testifying in his metaphysical way again. That's kind of somewhere between metaphysical philosophy, poetry stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew's stuff. Words fail, right? So what do we do here at Cush? We carry on. We come up. We do our, that's right, Julius, we do our poetry. Why? Because poetry is the primary language of the human heart. And we think we know something about that because we've got a human heart. Therefore, we are eminently qualified to deliver poetry tonight on the Cush stage because we are human. And poetry is our language. We're going to take it back and love it to death, right? I don't know who we're taking it back from. It's kind of free. You can do whatever you want with poetry. Do it tonight on this stage. Push your limit. Push, push, push. Why not? Mike, first time reader, I believe. Come on up here, Mike. Leave your beverage down there, sir. Don't bring your drinks up here because it could be a poet's catastrophe again. All right. So let's see. All right, Mike's gonna shine. Go.
Did I just? Nope.
Good.
Thought I just unplugged it.
Nope.
All right. I got a couple of pieces and maybe a third little thing off the top of my head.
Roll them out.
This one's called The Green Top. And the symphony began amidst the dank, dark smokiness. Smokiness I add to, inhaling deeply my unfiltered cigarette, giving me that sweetly coveted burn in the throat, reminding me, strangely, I am living. How surreal it is. The tatterdemillion drunks and the pristinely dressed hipsters mingled together in the deep afternoon. Shot of whiskey, two tall beers, and that warmness washes over, revealing the half-assed drunk I am. Oh, the pretty boy artist, living the cliché, downing old style after old style. And I don't believe I have ever heard of him painting a single picture. I'll sit tight till it's crazy, packed with punks, perps, and the moped army, old alcoholics and young shady types. And here's the Noodle Man, peddling his hints of the cosmos with his wide array of powders, plants, and chemicals. I'll sit with my sad intentions and sad allegories of downplaying, the crash and burn applied to the self. At the big kids' table sits the off-duty waitress, hunched over and inhaling completely her numbing agents, then handing the roll-up bill to her neighbor. I'll sit tight until a friend, or something more than just a familiar face, joins me in my emotional waterboarding, so to speak. The flashing neon music machine is cranking out its noise with a general emo scheme in continual rotation, with the Rolling Stones, Beast of Burden era, and other gems or turds of classic rock. I'll sit among these tatterdemillion drunks and pristinely dressed hipsters with a simper upon my face. Despite the impending bad camp, I grin at being alive, laugh at its ridiculousness, have a few more beers, and wander with pen on paper through the many subjects, but none of them the truth of tomorrow. My kind of companion piece here. Can I have those 23 days back? At the bitter end, whenever the cancer or whatever shakes me loose of this momentary lesson, can I reclaim those 23 days?
Sure.
Can I have those 23 days back? The ones mandated by the Kazoo Gestapo to be television, forgotten books, Yahtzee. Can I reclaim those 23 days? Can I have those 23 days back? Instead of all that incarceration, I could have sat in saturation of alcohol. Do I want those 23 days back? Can I have those 23 days back? I've asked myself in times since bad camp, and now I only ask that mind within. Why, oh why, would I want to reclaim those 23 days, being what they were? Which is just that. Thank you.
Cush cherry there. He's safe.
That's funny.
That is funny. Julius is like our running commentary of imagination. Because Julius knows what it's about. Thinking freely. We're at number 4. We got Kevin, Jake, Candace. Kevin, come on up here. Here's another cherry poppin' day.
Woo!
That's right, Andrew. First time at Cush. Come on up here. We don't bite. We might even like what you write. Oh, I'm going freestyle there.
You're a sight.
I'm a sight on my bike. I'm out. Come on, Kevin. How you doing tonight, sir? He's got a hat on that says unvarnished truth. So I'm going to take that as a premonition of what's to come. Not it. Unvarnished truth.
Kevin here.
Soulful
moment.
Speak up, Kevin. Speak on the mic here. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I talked too much.
Sorry there, folks.
Here we go. Okay, soulful moments. Beginning. Spark in a room. I am there. Off I go. I know not where. Along the way. Changing day by day. One toils on. Weaving strands of different cells into fibers of total being. And that is the fabric others see, touch, and feel.
All right.
Yeah.
There's fabric.
Hashtag, intimate encounters of the third kind. Inside peyote's aftermath.
Yes.
August days near the Arctic Circle. While taking my morning whiz, a sow bear appeared and tore into the cook tent. These people had saved my life. Had to act. Headed for the bear. My pace quickened as my soul whelmed my mind. Arriving at flank speed, planting my right foot, swinging my left hard into her haunch.
Yeah, do it.
She shuddered and rose slightly from the tent. I made eye contact and froze, hands stretched to the sky. A moment. She gathered herself, rising to her full height. My unblinking eyes followed high above my fingertips. Another moment ensued, maybe 2 or 3. Having held my eyes open, they began to burn. As I blinked, a thought intruded. Jeez, wrong place, gotta go! As I gathered myself, she turned and lumbered away. Sharing a thought with the wild beast. Now that's intimacy.
That's right.
Hashtag, except for the massive fart that the bear gave me as she left. But what? It was a bear style of a 2-fingered salute.
There we go.
Hummingbird's quest. Watching TV one afternoon, something caught my eye. Turning, I saw a hummingbird fluttering outside the window. She fluttered left and fluttered before another pane. Fluttered and fluttered before a third. Back to the second, back to the first. After fluttering there a while, she fluttered slowly left. Got me up. Go outside and see what was going on. Looking about, the feeder was empty. So I filled it. The bird returned, drank deeply, then flew away across my sight line. She asked, I answered, plus a thank you. Now that's intimacy. erotic cleansing. Swam across a high desert pool, leaving a trail of myself in the water. Settled where the hot springs waters cascaded in. The setting sun touched the horizon. I felt a touch. As it sunk, I felt more touches, hundreds more. A school of tiny fish followed my scent and were feeding off my skin. I sank deep, feeling nibbles from earlobes to toes. Naughty parts, too. It kept on till full dark. Quick as a spark, they were gone. Let the heat take me, basking in hyped awareness. Then, rising into a cooling breeze, whispering off the plain, cleaner than I ever was. And that was truly intimate.
That's right.
Namaste.
All right. I like our age biodiversity here. I like our kind of biodiversity of gender. No, we need more women to read. Lots of guys reading. All right, we've got a lot of front-loaded new people. So Jake, I think we're popping you out, aren't we too? Have you ever been up here before, Jake?
Jake.
I don't think so.
Jake.
All right, so Jake's gonna come up here. That's like 4 new people. I can't even cope.
You want me to come and address real fast? I can be a female poet here.
You could.
Thank
Do you want to?
The
beard works.
Not yet.
Okay. All right, Jake. This is your stage. Knock them out.
Alright guys, sorry about the technology thing here. Wrote one of these today. I haven't had time to make a paper. I'm Jacob Eastbay. My friends call me by a Jedi, and I usually do my poetry in my pen.
Don't tell us about it. Read it.
I call this one Showtime.
There we go.
Must have been the day of existence. The day my world was finally filled with light. The hope that love could truly be found. The show must go on. Act our own places, play our part, acting fools. But over time, I expect you might fall. Both feeling a little foolish. Forging through our lines on the stage, the metallics clink. The tensions rise, the set ever-changing. Sun rising. Hand in hand, we will be dancing. The tensions rise, the set... Oh, sorry.
You're not sorry for nothing, man. Take your time.
Nothing. The romance will flow like wine over the stage. Boats of flower petals will take us down to the steps. Creep from the audience, love will bloom. So tangible. For the briefest of moments, both of us will feel it. The feel of your breath against my ear, inspiration is clear. I am meant to be here on stage with you, my dear. Let them watch. Their delight forefront this night, amazed whispers in front of the stage. In this moment, the air I breathe freezes. Sluggish, I gasp, shallow compressions of my chest, the very sight of you leaving me breathless. Speechless, unable to orchestrate the emotions driving me to your lips. The passion, the desire, the full well knowledge that you are not mine. But love for this minute must be ours to make the audience believe. Stage right here, in front of me, the perfect girl, until the curtains fall, cascading to the ground with minimal sound. The part was played, time it flew, the sound of heartbeats grew, the light erupts. The curtains pull, time to bow, the claps are deafening, the moment staggering, the roar grows, such a powerful scene. Showtime has passed and the cast starts to spill onto the street, catching eyes with what was my goddess for just some time. Chivalry is not dead as I walk you to the car. Heavens shattered. Brief sadness in your eyes, I realize I cannot keep you. Romance is not here, but at home where your family must be waiting on you. Till next time, my sweet, when you come out to play make-believe, I will be standing behind the curtain, plucking the petals from roses, mumbling, does she love me or does she love me not, repeatedly to heal my aching heart. With the injustice of hope, till the day I can play my next part, the show must always survive, even if I must die with the ending every time. Thank you. This one I wrote a couple hours ago, so I haven't had the luxury of cleaning it up.
Come on, read it to us.
A lifestyle of unknown. All this time, still I cannot anticipate the next move. Some nights it's all love, love, love. Some it's just why?
That's true.
Baby blue eyes enticing me to continue. Around we go. Much to learn about you. Mindful of the days as a spell ensnares me. Emeralds in your eyes, my dear. The fire's hot. Passion dictates our every step. Eye to eye, who will break first? In my arms, tension builds. Breathing harder, must be smooth to wow you. Hand on my chest, backpedaling with grace. I chance one step closer. Soon my hands will be in between blades. Forward you step with extra sass. I beckon to collision. Arching into me like the missing key. Simmering over time. Together, but alas, I have to get back. Roaming with dignity. I bow before you shyly. Our hands meet. On the floor we speak, shy with our bodies. Open with our minds. Second slip, breath is lost. Breathless, I never wanted to end. Side to side, swaying through our steps, I desired to learn everything. Brown eyes masking a certain gleam. The opening to your soul. Smile plastered on my face as I get a little foolish. Laughing only drive me on this road to insanity. Thanks, my sweet, but I bid you a good night. For I follow my feet. Eyeing me from across the room, a mystery, wearing a little bow. Style to style, the transition is seamless. Flying on your toes, you are weightless. The waiting game is over. Action speaks clearly. Every sly movement, you anticipate me. Creativity is flowing out. I just can't stem the flow. I am in it to thrill. Seeming to make no sense, the dance freezes in my mind forever. Chemistry between our minds frightening. Oh, the things you will see indeed. Sound of feet turns me about, inches from a beautiful face. To maintain, breath must be shared. Dance is the label of my desire. The fire grows ever brighter. Never will we have to part. Someday our lips will kiss, sealing our vows forever, embarking us to a place of bliss.
All right.
So that was a rare sighting at Cush of the romantic poet. Yes, that is a tried and true poet, a romantic poet. In my younger days, I might have been mismonitored as a romantic poet. Really what I was an erotic poet. Oh, boo. I don't know. At least that's what I thought. Right. I thought that. Okay, Candace, come on up. Where are you? We're into the meaty center of some old-time Cush people here. We got Candace, we got James, and Bix coming up. All right, you're going to talk real loud this week, right? Real loud. All right, there you go.
Preach it, sister.
Yeah.
Louder.
Shut up. So my poem this week is called A Mythos on God and Science.
Yes.
In a dream, I awoke beneath a giant scale, balancing out evenly two oak barrels, one labeled religious faith and the other scientific certainty. Two ropes dangled gently at each end, with the expectation that one by one each and every man would choose which side they found most compelling in their lives, unbalancing the scale so that their mind would be at ease in the artificial shelter that surrounds both concepts. I make my way to the side, continuing the rope that extends to certainty and pull down with the weight of my entire body. The beginning of my nightmare came as soon as I realized the mistake I made by pulling down on top of me the barrel of certainty, and as the barrel topples onto me and breaks open, I am instantly transported to the middle of a grand city, completely in ruin and gleaming with fire. A newspaper lies half buried in an overly filled garbage can reading, "Enlightenment saves humanity from religious bondage."
Oh, thank God.
In the distance, there's a small child looting an electronics store once known as Radio Shack. I approach and ask her, panicked, why everything looks as though hell had broken through the crust of the earth and overran the streets. She looks up at me with bright blue eyes and says that the news of God's death finally hit the city. Concerned scientists formed a political movement to drive out those who refused to accept the fact that God no longer had a place in practical reasoning. So says cognitive research. Men and women who had refused to stop wasting their time and resources on the promise of everlasting life and redemption were hereby deemed illogical by lack of productivity and sold into slavery. With advances in technological weaponry, man had successfully killed God and his authority over man's self-consciousness. Churches burned down in every village around the world, and crosses had been broken in half by the force of angry modernists who could not tolerate the childish practices of worship and prayer any longer. And the best part of all this destruction is that now all moral imperatives have been reduced down to simple truths concerning necessity. Life is so transparent without false belief holding us back. Jaw dropped, I stared and turned to run. The natural world had lost all valuation, and humans have failed to replace it with anything substantial enough to fill the void that the loss of God had left. Traditions had died out, faith only concerned itself with scientific inquiry, and people could no longer understand the limitations of the theoretical realm. Life had become empty and superficial without losing oneself in the necessity of religion. We need faith to keep the relation of self and world together under a similar creation and purpose, because science will never tell you why you are here, or what you like to write your poetry about, or how you ended up here instead of there. Kant told us that when one fails to learn the limitations of knowledge on human life, one has also failed to make room for the faith required to live it.
Another philosopher, and God is dead again. That's 2 for Cush, 0 for God tonight. How long have you been writing poetry, Candace?
I think it's a month now.
A month. A month. That's pretty good for a month, isn't it? Can we get some praise for a month? All right. All right. Philosophy, poetry, romance, all those good things. Favorite of the house? Get up here, James. How do you not like James Otter, right? How do you not like this guy? You just like him, you know? You just do.
Oh, shucks.
Go, James.
Oh, shucks.
Unfortunate events have breached the horizon. The human beings that formerly refer to themselves as voting class citizens, those opinionated feudalists, are now an endangered species. The boat people of Shiplantis have given dolphins thumbs and taught these aquatic mammalians the art of death. This situation has escalated beyond cute videos to beach curfews. If you find yourself wandering through a dark fish market and hear violent chattering, get down! Have as much cover as possible between you and the shrapnel. A few radical anti-Homo sapien movements have semi-automatically allied themselves with the violent Delphinidae. This cross-species battle isn't all politics. They want the very people you love. Dr. Breezy Waylands is hiding out. He went missing. The dolphins have other allies. They are communicating with their saltwater brethren. Of course, the great old ones are far too ancient for this trivial deal. It's not like Cthulhu and Shub-Niggura. Didn't read the flagged spoilers on the forum before posting about this. Obviously, a showdown must ensue. In fact, what has been released is that the world will flood, and dolphins perceive the fourth dimension, so they have a brighter understanding of what's going on. Cthulhu is waiting for his fans with his Sharpie and a tall glass of Nestle Quick. Because nothing is too old to appreciate strawberry milk, even though it's really cow's blood. This whole overthrowing of the human race is not as awesome as that streamed preview showed online. Eventually, Cthulhu went back to bed, bored with the Delphocalypse. It was dull fucked.
James are.
The people of Earth never did find out how it was these dolphins could breathe air and walk on land. That didn't make things less of a problem. All in all, the human race had to contact the fossil fuel T-Rex proto-overlords. They had a very necessary, mutual, mutational destruction initiative. That is, to pour all liquids into the ocean at the same time. Soda, bleach, ammonia, cooking oil, cephalopod growth hormones, anthropod aphrodisiacs, styrofoam raw egg smoothies, and of course, nanobots. Eventually, some brave fishermen attempted to communicate with the super immune cybernetic whalemen. The sea itself was now a united being who preferred to be called Multi. Multi, the ocean, was more temperamental and confused than ever, having a consciousness suddenly and natural hatred for humans. After all, it was Benjamin Colombo who said, $1 is America. So burn your bridges and fight for money. As it so happened, humanity went back into Multi, the ocean. All of humanity became addicted to mecha-biological steroids. So the whole world became a sentient liquid pollution monster.
Yeah.
All the ancient demons and gods retired. And just as the old definition of modern humanity, only way cooler because they could teleport, nothing ended, but everybody pretended to sleep. And that was that.
Go, James, go. I just like sitting back and seeing what he's going to toss onto the cook stove next. Gonna parboil down some words and get a new sequence that's never before been uttered. And that brings us to this segue's segue. If you don't believe your poetry, who will? If you don't believe your poetry, who will? Good question. Bix, come on up here, make us believers. Bix has been here a long time. Bix is there, you know. Bix is gonna be there. I hope. Come on up here. What you got? Look at that. He comes out. Hi. What's going on? Come on, Bix.
Bix, come on.
Hey, Bix.
Okay. Hi. Golf course purge. Crystal light. Prefab crotch rockets. Zip down the off-ramp in the dark. The sleek pretty machine sometimes startle Wi-Fi jumpers, looking at naked pictures as they look for employment.
Big up, it.
The morning beckons with lawnmower symphonies and bugs buzzing the ear. There must be other places not like here. Daydream chase.
Big up, it.
Here, I gotta speak up, okay? Is that better? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll speak up.
awesome. That's not
Daydream chase. If the daughters of Atlas keep the great pillars to separate above and below, let them cry and drop gentle tears as the pillars are sunk in the soft earth low. Your dreams of Atlas or Eden's chase are for you to possess in your mind's haste. If birds or dragonflies carry your daydreams, it's up to you to catch them.
That's right.
At least chase them and memorize why you like them. If you wish, your daydreams will come to you.
All right.
And they will. Okay, we have another first timer. This is going to be a challenge on the microphone. Malia, come on up. Is that the best you can do for how old are you? She's 12. Come on. You get on stage when you're 12, right?
Okay. So hi, my name is Malia. I'm 12 years old. 12 years, almost 13. Okay. This poem is called A Letter to Michael Lanza. It's about, if you don't know, it's about an event that happened a little bit ago, and by a little bit ago, I mean 2 years ago. But if you've ever heard of the Sandy Hook elementary school shootings, Michael Lanza went into Sandy Hook school and he shot 20 children between the ages of 5 to 7. And this poem is just about humanity because I think every day we lose humanity. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a good intro. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to start this poem by saying, Michael Lanza, I hate you. You are an asshole, and I will forever hate your guts. I'm writing to ask, how did it feel when your heart was ripped out of your chest, thrown on the ground, and beaten by angry fists? I'm writing to ask if you can pinpoint the exact moment that your mental stability escaped you. I'm writing to ask if you felt guilt lodge its way into your bomb-shelter heart as you watched bullets lodge themselves deep into the foreheads of 6-year-olds. While parents received phone calls announcing the deaths of the children that you stole from them, normal people ate breakfast, made lunch plans with your bitchy coworker, and read top 10 magazines about the top 10 best sex positions because, hey, sex, right? Like, am I right?
Right.
While little boys and girls closed their eyes for the last time, we carried on with our lives, ordered coffee, laughed, let oxygen caress our lungs while little boys and girls at bullets caress their foreheads. I am no stranger to sadness. Anger was a foreign language I learned to speak all too quickly, but Michael, for you, it was a native tongue. I heard somewhere, maybe in a book or a song, I listened to too many of those anyway, that people are like guns. And if you get too close to them, you will get hurt. But has anyone ever stopped to think about the fact that guns are like guns, and if you put them in twisted hands, you will get hurt, Michael? Did you think about how your shooting would compare to the 15 others that happened that year?
Right.
Michael, did it feel good to let your rage run free? Did you watch that anger drain from you? Did you see it flood cities? Did you watch it knock down buildings? Michael, how many children's eyes did you look into that day? What color were they? Did you catch your reflection in them? Could you see the fear magnified 1,000 times over? Were you too far gone that even when you saw yourself staring back in eyes that were drowned in nothing but innocence, all you saw was the face of a monster too sick to be saved? All you saw was another dead girl, another dead boy, another life you couldn't let this world carry any longer. Michael, when you pressed the bullet of a, when you pressed the barrel of a gun to that 6-year-old's head, did you think you were shooting at yourself? I understand that sometimes paths get twisted and lines get intersected, parallel lines intersect and people get hurt, I know. But while you stood, stealing more than precious laptops and diamonds, did you know that you had an audience? That every child, every teacher, every student, every person bent over a dead child's body was watching you. They were sitting there, and they were watching you, and they were screaming until their broken lungs couldn't sob out. Sob another broken cry. They were screaming, all monsters are human. I am here. I am here, and I am a voice for every child lost at the war in your mind. I am here for every bullet. I am here for every breath they didn't get to take. We are here. We are here, and we are human. And we, as humans, tend to fight wars in our own minds. But we are not too far gone.
Malia believes her poetry. I can tell. She believes her poetry. That's from the front line. Look what we do to our children. We abandon them to the horrid monsters of guns. This editorial brought to you by Kit. Where are we? Carry on at Cush, where I editorialize as much as I damn well please. Abandoning, I am no stranger to sadness. That's right. And guns are like guns. That was great, Malia. Thank you. Guns are like guns. They are not like this. They are not like that. Second Amendment. Come on, Dan. Come on, use our poet slot. What's Dan going to bring for us this week? I don't know. It's probably going to be a little interesting. We've had some interesting things going on here tonight. If you've been paying attention, there have been some very subtle, interesting things going on. Go ahead, Dan.
Dawn. Day slips through fingers of night. Sunlight horizon so bright that it covers the world by degrees and spins me away from my dreams. The dew on the slippery grass sparkles like emerald glass. As I stretch, there's a frost to my breath, but beating deep in my chest. I can feel my heart's silent pound. I truly live for that sound. As a wave crashes the sand, and a bumblebee on a flower lands, on the shoreline, the gulls, they fly and stay. I see all of them as I pass my way, and I hope that they will endure as thoughtless humans, so sure that we're slowly poisoning the seas and strangling the trees, killing the innocent with the blessed in one common equal death. Day slips through fingers of night. Sunlight horizon so bright covers the world by degrees and spins me away from my dreams.
Yeah!
Gamblers at breakfast. He was dust she could wipe away and forget, kick to the curb or recycle into a wad. She was waiting, watching for a blink, a brilliant bluffer. He knew to stay focused, think fast, for he would never recover.
Recover.
Now you all know what a font is, correct?
Yes.
No. Font is a typeface on your computer. So you have all those different kinds of fonts. This is called the Lonely Font. I'll leave you with something sweet.
Oh, that poor old font.
Once there was a font that was difficult to read. It survived because doctors and lawyers preferred it. But this left it lonely and frustrated because it wanted to be artistic. It sought guidance from a font counselor who concluded that it needed a change of venue and a new prescription for life. Carefully, it calligraphied itself into the mind of an unsuspecting poet. The more difficult the poems were to read, the more literary acclaim they received.
That's right.
Times were good then. Unfortunately, the poet died an early death of an overdose of meaningless words, so the font went back to its former job, but kept looking for another poet who had the right typeface. Thank you.
I knew that would be a sad story about a font. Everyone stand up and reach for the sky.
Hey!
Seventh inning stretch here at Cush. Everyone, take me out to the poetry. Take me out to Cush. All right, sit down. In our ongoing effort to get a seventh inning stretch for every poetry reading in America. Please let us move. All right, sit down. Shut up. Keep the crosstalk down. You want to talk? There's a wonderful patio out here. Go get a cup of coffee and chatter away. Karen. Okay. You want to hold the mic? Even Karen is using the poet slot. the poet slot. This is the poet slot, where the poets are slotted up for the performance. Let's keep the talk down. And listen up.
For those of you who don't know me, I improv a poem. And right now I'm going through some heavy changes, so I guess you could say it's self-discovery, reflecting back at all of you, reflecting back at me. You got time now?
Yep.
In the spotlight, once again, hidden in the corner, watching time pass as a arbitrary figure cloaked in mystery and wanting. I think about the things I said today and the things I have not. The things that I could regret, things that I could regret because
I'm so
I was trying to keep it flowing.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Here, I can do it without it if you like,
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, there you
go. The things that I said today or didn't say, whatever, I could reflect on the fact that today I saved an ant. It was sitting on a cocktail napkin next to me. We shared the drink of silence and we smiled at one another, and I set it down, her down upon the earthen vase, symbolizing some sort of freedom, I suppose. And I thought about the ant that years ago changed my life forever. That ant to whom I took her life with my index finger deliberately. I actually thought it was okay to take her life as if she invaded mine. I felt her life leave her, and from that day forward, I became a vegetarian and a vegan. And the sour milk that poured from my veins every time I pressed a jug to my lips, and the pus that I drank, and the screams that I hear, and all the animals that I ate, the equal beings that I reveled in their flesh. I think about that every day. Every time I take a bite of tortilla with tofu or water, when I think about the vegetables I eat, I hear their screams. So I choose now not to eat them either. I mean, I could eat something, and I do enjoy carrot juice. But I think, did that carrot really suffer as it was pulled from the earth? Do those leaves that I eat, do they actually scream in pain? Like the animals that I ate that slaughtered, their throats slit hanging upside down, their murderous screams, their innocence. I related to eating an onion so ripe and sweet and delicious to my tongue, to my watering mouth. But it doesn't make sense at all. None of it makes sense to me any longer. I'll drink my smoothies and I'll make excuses for my past endeavors to try and save my life by eating theirs. I could do that. And I yelled at someone today, about him eating bacon that he seemed to enjoy so fervently. I did, but I didn't think about the pig suffering then. I didn't think about the screams, the torture, and the agony. I didn't think about it. I made excuses that I needed the protein, that they were already dead. And I could go by the meat section tonight and look at their carcasses and look at the people thinking, oh boy, hamburger, fish sticks, nuggets. Is my time up? No. Okay, well, I could go on forever, but I'm not justifying my feelings because I feel I have a right to say this. On behalf of all the four-legged, winged, finned, furry, and not, I am telling my soul it is okay to speak out for them, for I am going to do it in a few years or less in front of millions and millions of people across this planet. As millions march with me, and I march beside them, for the freedom of the beast and the children who might not suffer. Thank you.
Good job, Karen. She's going to do that. And she came in with 20 seconds to spare. 20 seconds to spare. We have a rare occurrence now. I think I did not like when Kevin dropped the microphone. It did not like that, and it's speaking back. Josh is going to come up here and do a poem.
Yes!
That's right. That's right. Josh is our kindly benefactor here at Cush. Coffee roaster par excellence. What's he going to do? I don't know. I hope he speaks up. Go, Josh.
Josh. Thanks, Kit. Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight.
All right.
My name is Joshua. I'm the proprietor here. I'm here to bring light into lives, bring husbands to wives, to find new ways to thrive. We are here in this space where no bean goes to waste, where soldiers of the coffee revolution have taste. Finding answers to questions we face, delivering lines with haste. Too nervous to taste the deliciousness, bliss, which our stomach commits. Act so discouraging and somehow so nourishing. The drive to move forward, words stumbling and fumbling. I'm sure that I'm mumbling. Just trying to put out now the fire of my doubt. How? Like a volcano who's ready to flow over its rim, I shake in chagrin. Find myself on my knees begging, please, please, just let me finish. My time has diminished. I'm an artist and I work with a clenched fist.
That's right.
As societies languish, I will still flourish. Nourish and fill their cup with love, pure, complex, liquid art. You can call me captain.
That's right.
I am your legend.
All right. You're not getting off this stage that quick. So, man, I'm going to fix that right now. So, I didn't know Josh really at all until we started doing this. And Josh does not say much, so I'm curious as to where this poem came from, Josh.
Y'all inspire me.
That is the truth, Ruth. So was that the first time you ever read a poem on stage?
Yes.
At his own cafe. Good night. Thank you, Josh, for all the hard work you do. I'm going to do some stage keeping here. A boo. Okay, shifting sands. Let's keep the talk down and keep it rolling with Austin. Austin.
Yes, we got it.
awesome. Josh got up on stage. How awesome. All right, keep the boss talk down. Let's listen to Austin. Because if people were quiet for you, you should be quiet for them, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That is democratic, fair, and free.
Austin.
You know, the mic doesn't like you to fondle it, so I indulge you in your holding the mic, but I really shouldn't. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll try to be tasteful and cordial, but in order for that to happen, I'd like to start with an Om. Everybody, come on the count of 3. Oh, Mare Papa of the Galapagos takes no gross from the scavenging Anglo-Papadopoulos and humors no riddles of ruse prose, besotted in cashmere rose, indifferent to huddling under the brown nose of the oars in showboats, abhorred by their asymptotes and bitter fruit notes, decreed by the unabashed greed of the deed to hornswaggle the honey mead. This looks like a job for me to take the lead on a fell massacre through a potpourri for the sanitary satanic posse purporting perpetration of the pre-insemination in relation to the power of the pussy, peculiar but familiar to be sure. Maybe I don't need to get too peculiar at this point, but it's most pertinent when they say shit like, oh, and don't get me started on the tzatziki, the tempeh, the teriyaki. Yes, tantalizing be the burgeoning resurgence of privies and amenities of the plebeian petty bourgeoisie. So why would you want us to leave? We love you. We want you to dig our recipes and precipices of archangel archetypes. We got Michael, we got Michelangelo, we got the White Album, we got Grand Funk, we got the Sufi choir blows against the empire. That's the kind of shit you like, right? Well, just a change of attire and no entrance fee required. Subsequently, our mamas and papas threw them in the fire before relocating them to tombs to null their emanation of noxious fumes. And our cool-headed cadres Om Shantis resume. Om Namo Nama Pishani Trishulam Karaste, Kuru Kuru Swaha, Om Mane Padme Om. I love you. You just gotta put good words into it.
That's right. Love it.
Like these ones. Dream, foretell what I can't tell. Swig bucolic Zinfandel. And scream and shake me all about, and I'll rake for Reiki inside and out. For it is you, the low-laden, love-laden, passive-aggressive maiden of the sunburnt pagans that we wait for. We wait for a thud, a lewd pulsating of peculiar participants. They go with the motions merely quoting, go man, go, go, go. To what quotient of an inkling do you ever play about thinking like it won't be straining in the last month remaining? Second to nil, when knowing nothing is productive when it's entertaining. So that's why the shaking going on is shaking for you, baby. The conduit that drains holograins, now ever privy to 5D comprehension, however may provide elements of 3D subconscious tension. The kind that drives one to become a degenerate punk, a mortician, or a Jesuit monk. So it is you that I hyperbolicize to the extent the remedy of thee, solipsistically as such the proclivity of proclamatory soliloquies. In closing, I claim before closed eyes I see you and me, baby. Hey. That's pretty good.
Austin. Oh, that's it.
Austin felt that one. I could tell. Austin has rapidly developed his style, for those of you paying attention. Rapid.
Oh, damn it. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, you said that, man. Oh, shit. You understand? I know. I dropped the boner there. The boner. Well, what do you do? You just gotta Pick it up.
I can say whatever I want now.
Make it stand erect and
Yeah, that's right. Tell me about it, Andrew.
put it in the hole.
Yeah.
Put it right there in that
Right
hole.
there in the slot, huh?
You just gotta put it in the slot.
We're not on mic now. We can kind of say whatever we
You just
want.
gotta rub it the right way.
You gotta rub it.
Make it
down,
happy.
You have to be nice to it. Pat its head.
Pat its head. The head is a sensitive part.
That's
You
right.
don't want to hurt the head.
No wonder not a lot of women are into this thing. Come on.
What? Well, we mentioned the slot. We're trying to be equal here.
Y'all are degenerate. Y'all are degenerate. Leave my microphone out of it.
It's a microphone without a slot.
If you want to get all funky on the microphone, buy your own. This is my sacred mic. I've had this thing like 12 years. It don't need your jokes. All right, Michael, come on up. Michael's looking un tipo suave tonight.
The microphone is all over.
The microphone is live, baby. Go, Michael.
Chasing down the dream
Yeah.
you can't make come true right now. Wanting to manifest it in reality. What if you want it now? Trying to feel good about getting it now. Using all those ways of making it happen now. Making all things expendable. They're in the way to have it now. Omitting the truth to realize it now. Remembering the past so you can see it now. Looking ahead to the future so you can make it now.
Now.
Searching for the feeling of it being now. Controlling the moment to fit when it becomes now. Believing when you get there, it will all be in the now. Chasing down the dream you can't make come true right now.
Right now.
Right here, right
Aye, yes, the rust upon the blade. Time made. No more pain, no more slain. The sword lay there, free of the malice, free of the hunt for the golden chalice, free of the hand to wield it, free of the other hand to shield it. Aye, yes. There was a day when the sword spoke for its master, rose to disaster, arced through the air with ferocity and velocity. The sword lay there gathering dust, gathering rust. Free of the mind that directed its carnage, its pillage, its spillage of blood. Aye, yes, in days of old, with the stories that are still told, there was those so bold, so cold, hearts as cold as the steel of their sword. The sword lay there in repose. Are we to suppose? No more violence to come hither, no more flesh to wither? Aye, yes, the archaic weapon, where foes are beaten, skills were used for its kills. Courage was made standing behind the blade. The sword lay there alone. Nothing to atone. Its purpose gone. Its glory gone. No more story no more song. Aye, yes, there was a time where pride with faith were its ruler. When the blade left its scabbard, all were left tattered. The sword lay there quiet, tempting the fates, tempting the gates of hell, asunder from the hand of man. Aye, yes, man, the most dangerous of all beings, with sword in hand, ruling the land, going from village, to rape, to pillage. The sword lay there, its story told in days of old, when brutal was in rule, life fell to the flash of steel, which we all still feel. Aye, yes, the rust upon the blade, time made. No working, no more slave. Now, all right, let's roll through this. We got young Julius, Master Julius, going to give us 3 minutes. He's got number 12 and a half, and he's got 3.5 minutes. Yes. But I hope he doesn't use it all. Come on, Julius, come on here.
Yeah, Julius.
Yeah.
Youngest one in the state, probably.
How old are you, Julius?
8.
How many is that?
4 times,
2.
yeah.
4 times 2. You're going to talk into the mic real loud?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. You got 3 minutes to knock them out, dude.
What is going on? By Julius. Well, beautiful day. I remember one time that is very weird. Someone who told me to have a knife and a stick. Cut the stick and bam, you got a movie. I didn't understand that at all. What else? I remember one time someone told me, if you have water and you have a very hot plate and you put that water on the plate, a giant taco will appear.
A what?
Taco.
A taco?
And I didn't even understand that either.
I didn't get that at all.
Someone told me if you put a cat and a dog together, you get a tree. And I didn't understand that at all.
At all.
What else? If you got a mineral full of oxygen and you put it in very hot water, it will vaporize into coal. Into coal.
Oh.
Which didn't make any sense. But there's one more thing that did make sense. Go to the world's largest volcano and put a nuke in it. 10 nukes, actually.
10
That are 10 times bigger than a quarter of the Mount Everest.
Yes.
And then let them explode in Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming in the United States in North America.
Go, Julius.
And then it will burn. It will cool the sun for some reason.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I didn't even want to think about that. And
What's going on?
if Flying Taco eats a hippo.
All right, there's your time. That was like a dream I had. A flying taco ate a hippo. Wow, the imagination on James and Julius is amazing.
James and Julius. Natural partners.
Natural partners, James and Julie. Except for Sir with J. You know. All right. Moving on. Thank you, Julius. Jeremy. We got another J.
Jeremy! Preach something.
You're going to speak up this week, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Go for it. Talk it out.
So, all I gotta say is you never know what you're gonna get at Carry On at Cush.
You never know.
That's right.
What's going on?
What is
Crazy
going on?
good. So I'm at this store earlier today. I just gotta see this little store. I'm going to the store a little too much, but that's another story. There's this lady walking down the aisles with her iPhone or whatever it is, and there's a voice on the phone talking to her, telling her what she needs to do to stay mentally healthy. It's like, just stay calm, don't freak out, the world is your oyster. Just because they say something bad doesn't mean you have to take it in, turn everything into good. And I mean, it's like these personal conversations on this phone so everyone can hear. She's nice and loud, walking around, walking by people. When I see the faces on these people, are like, what the hell is she doing? And even I was like, what the hell is she doing? And then I realized, wait a second. Well, at first I thought, okay, this world is, we're living in a really messed up place. I mean, come on, this is happening here. And then I thought, wait a second, this has probably been happening for a long time.
That's right.
And now this lady's actually letting it out.
Yep.
And we're all getting to hear it. Yep. So it's all good.
Yep.
It's all good.
It's all good.
There's that story. All right.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy, for enlightening us.
No problem.
Oh.
So here we go. Ancient soul. Without blemishing the colors or breaking anything, holding this winged creature, a friend in mutual trust, taking a little rest from the winds and helping me to see clearly. And she starts to ring around my head, flapping to remember that a clenched fist is needed no more. So easy, though, to get uptight, off-center. Too long a traffic light or a person nearby all emotional, emitting waves of confusion. Or the gardeners with their blowers blowing away the 8 a.m. peace. Or the people I thought who had it, had that root deep in the sky sea, suddenly losing all their water and a temper. And me thinking, saying how crazy everybody is. And of course, the boomerang comes straight into my craziness. My flyer friend reminds to drop the judging, start again. Guard oneself with an invisible cocoon and get earplugs. Or just ride the moon into the woods. Nothing will bother you there. Even the spiders are mostly friendly people, more scared than anything. The fleas and the poison oak, those are the aggressive things. Can learn around them, though. Yet what about after a time being lonely? So got to leave the forest, and then got to build a walking cocoon that radiates and absorbs only the beneficial musical lights. All the crass and the bitter are somehow non-existent now, and the crazy heavy shadow that usually finds its creepy way nearby is nowhere to be found. And the friend, flyer circling round. Oh yeah, here you go. Take a rest now. Rest, you ancient soul. You're the one holding me now. Now where should we go? We should go through the waves of melancholy and matter, piercing the veil of what seems real and into transcendent edgelessness, with the infinitude of my being here to see a luminous, panoramic gaze like a city scene afar at night, glimmering, circumambient sextillion worlds passing into diaphanous luster, souls stretching over cosmogony abysses, where the playthings are instrumentalists of things unknown, even secrets. Masters are playing unexplainable things. Let's go there soon. Let's go there. We're going. Melancholy no more. This world is a world of tricks and fibs. And I won't let you get used to it. I can't let you get used to it.
Yeah. Reach it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And she starts to wing around my head, flapping to remember that a clenched fist is needed no more.
That's right. Yeah. my fisted all be clenching. We got, is Bruce here? Come on up, Bruce. We got 3 pods. Bruce, Mina, Max. And then we'll call that good for tonight. So, yeah, if you're not here by 8, I'm not signing you up ever again. I'm going to hold that rule hard because when you're talking at me, I'm trying to listen to poetry, and it's just getting too long, and I don't want to take a break. Go on up here, Bruce.
Yeah, jack that thing up there.
That's right, tall guys here.
Yeah, tall guys. Tall guys, you know. Yeah, it's probably good to keep this stationary so it doesn't like bust out on you. I'm all the way from across town, Tsunami. Good to be here. I recognize the familiar face.
What's up, dog?
I saw you a couple of months ago.
Yeah, a couple of Tsunami.
I'll try not to do the same piece then because you already know it.
Oh, I'm sure I don't know it that well.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, anybody ride a taxi every once in a while in this place because you're too drunk or stoned to do?
Dude, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got you. That's good. There's some people that are honest here. Yeah, I was a taxi driver for 3 years. So it's a mad, crazy world behind the wheel of a taxi. This is a tribute to anybody that wants to think about being a taxi man. It's called Taxi Man. Taxi man, I see you on that stand. Give me a ride in that cool blue machine. Let's rumble and roll, bro. Jet me to Cabo or just maybe Coos Bay. Give me some white and party away. I'm searching for a dream, Mr. Taxi Man. Take me there on your smooth cruise. Maybe my homie's house in Southeast Town. Took up some bud, that would be cool. Like there's nothing wrong with the world, me, or you. Or maybe the flats of Springfield, you know what I mean? Maybe shoot up some white dope. Feel the hard edge of lost hope. And sweat like the working man. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Taxi Man. Take me on that smooth cruise in your cool blue dream machine. Take me to my mind dream. To that place of no feel. I want to go there in a drunken scheme. Drunk, dead and doped. All locked down with you and me in this solitary home. Slide back your moonroof machine, Mr. Taxi. Let me jump into your sea. I'm feeling, from the street, the beat and the beast and the blues. You know me, Mr. Taxi Man. Last week I was Jimmy right here. This week I'm John. Today I'm here and tomorrow I'm gone.
Wow.
You're ever in a taxi.
If you've got a black Honda Accord, license number 216DVN, you're blocking someone in, could you please move it immediately? Don't do that. It's an obvious flagrant block.
Oh, yeah, it's an obvious flagrant block.
So let me know what time we got here, because I have no idea.
4 minutes.
Okay, I'm in time, 0 space. If you know what I'm saying, like when you were in the poetic moment, you're in 0 time. 0 as in no time. Refuse to be digitized. This is after Gil Scott-Heron, 1970. The revolution will not be televised. And if you know Gil, one of 2 things. You've either gotten a hold of an LP album because that's the only way they came out, or you're too old, like me. Gil Scott-Heron refused to be digitized. But this is my rendition of Gil. Refused to be digitized by those that think they have the control, you know. Of your soul, like MTV, CBS, and the Daily News. iTunes, Fox News, Facebook, and Yelp. 20 years ago, my best friend proclaimed, "Hey, Bruce, it's the new rock and roll, don't you know?" But that lasted 20 years or 30 at best. We thought it would put the whole world to test, that rock and roll. Fashions, they come, the fashions, they go, but there is nothing, it is said, that's new under the sun. So refuse to be digitized. Overcome by the seduction of our new rock and roll and our obsession, the preoccupation and lust to be eaten by so much fucking information. Okay? Refuse to be digitized before the digit becomes us. And we become the digit that we all deserve. Silently wrapping around us and sweeping us off to a tech line support in India, LA, Buenos Aires, or New York. To find the impossibility of finding a home. And the earth cries out for a place among all these newborn stars. I say again, refuse to be digitized as in Gil Scott here. Because we become the digit we deserve. I say again, refuse to be digitized, and the 9 digits of our security become the gateway straight to our brother IRS and a house called Pentagon. Scanning the heavens for a new digit to consume that ravenous beast, and shall we be eaten? It all begs this question, how much to share? Is it the destination my bank account or my dead mother's grave? It'll get there. Beware the freedom we call free, that it becomes the net to both join and entrap. Like the seductions of old and the will to power. Like the unwitting rat, quick to its snare. Behold, there is nothing new under the sun, they say, as the wisdom of teachers of old did speak. Behold the Tower of Babel, to which these teachers refer. There's nothing that can stop us now. Nothing. For we have built us a tower from which to look out to the world to conquer. Nothing will be held from your power, O great one. Have we built us our tower, our net to entrap? The new tower befits us like chains to a slave. Will nothing be held from its shackles? Refuse to be digitized, I say. Selah.
Yeah.
All right, we're down to the last 2 poets. I've got Mina and Max. Come on, Mina. We're gonna, since you signed in late, in flagrant disregard for all these people's evening, we're gonna give you 4 minutes. That'll learn you. I'll stop you. Don't worry about that. Unless it's really good. Get up here. Come on. We don't have time to lollygag. No time to lollygag at Cush. Right. Okay, here we go. Go. 4 minutes of love.
Right. Red light, blue flame.
Here you go.
Liquid glimmer, Alice in the mirror. I stepped inside to understand the heart of a hunter. Spurred on by economic pressure, a job. Yes, I was applying from Craigslist. You comfortable wearing a Frenchman's uniform as your dress? Yes, sure, fine, I said to the manager behind the desk. Here you gotta talk to the customers. Here you gotta smile at the customers.
Yeah.
Here we call it the girlfriend experience. Can you do this? Can you do this? He asked, breath smelling like ashtrays and peppermints. Yes, I can. Vocal cords reply with a strange reverberance. Test yourself, fuck everything ordinary, you'll be fine. I wear black as I wait for 848 to become 9. Parked by the train tracks, I listen into the radio. Volume low. Fire for his soul. A man in Tunisia has just set himself aglow. Government took away his fruit cart. He was a vendor. Self-immolation. Official title, self-immolation. Burning monk. Image iconic across nations. Remember Vietnam? Or that Rage Against the Machine album cover from my generation? Monk sits burning. Serene lotus. Lit by flames. Serene lotus. Sparking multiple revolutions. Now it's time, riding adrenaline high, pretending to be a spy. I cross the security turnstile, scintillating eyes. They hand me a maid's uniform, wrapped in plastic. I enter deeper, stone cold. It's an expressionless place, by law of some weird nature. Naked strippers in the locker room, naked showgirls in the locker room, naked souls in the locker room, some scrubbing in the shower. Feels intense. I consider stripping in front of them, then go into a bathroom stall instead. Ridiculous guess. For some reason, thinking hard about Assata Shakur and Malcolm X. Another waitress, applying false lashes in the mirror. She sees me step out and hover, all untethered in the corner, spooky-eyed and lost like the light about to short, body flickering in and out. Maria, she gestures, thumping French manicured hand over her heart. Did they tell you what to do? No, I said, and she laughed. Those managers are like children. Girl, let me tell you what I know. They don't give us no sections, so girls can go crazy going after tables to get in on. It can be hard to make tips, you know. It's obvious what they want to spend their cash on. Smile a lot, that's the ticket, and pick up every piece of trash you see or we all get yelled at. When the red lights start flashing blue, it's discount private dances, and this is when us waitresses get up on the stage and we clean it. Floor poles and all, this is a big chance for pulling the most tips in. We never know when the club closes, either when the sun comes up or the last man pays for his last dances. Thanks, I tell her, and she offers me swigs from 2 different flasks. Around midnight, one dancer appears, phosphorescent like Persephone's daughter, like chaos gives birth to the dancing star. Little to no makeup, looking French, ultra feminine, very soft and at the same time strong enough to run a stretching distance. Reminiscent of the color soft pink and forest green. The sound of cello music played on a Parisian winter street. The times when quest through the dark woods pervaded human storytelling. Lost children, haphazard maidens trying to find virtue's truest definition, the heart of the hunter, the hunger always seeking redemption. She wears a black G-string and a strand of pearls, nothing more, never putting on a top like the others, walks around in silence, picture of grace, never uttering a word, communicating only with slight body gestures. On stage, she dances like a real ballerina, like she's doing a piece of modern dance, topless at an avant-garde theater. At the very end, she turns her back to the man up front, drops to her knees, highlights sacred physical parts. Love should be the English wet snow. It's the Eskimos. How many degrees of separation between this girl and me, between these girls and any other in the city? Answer, none. No solution. Degrees perceived, pure wedding illusion. She, me, I, we. Sound system pipes out beats, gray and droning. Red lights, blue lights, flashing, repeating. Spectrums exploding, imploding. Something in my heart, opening, loading. Men drinking Red Bull and girls dancing on his toppled guitar. Sex on a stick on a stage. We clean it with dirty old rags. No gloves and some mysterious blue spray. Identical costumes, black satin, white lace. Sigilized even the laziest eyes this part. We just currently playing it. Maria, her face covered in sparkly glitter, young brown eyes like these wide, old, awkward furs. Throughout the night, she drains both her flasks, laugh and laughs and laughs, adding to the club, sounds like happiness. Everyone here, infinite, perfect. Take a Buddha pill, dissolve, judgment, come to understand how the tornado, control murderously across the plane and still be neutral. Liquid glimmer, Alice in the mirror. I stepped inside to know the heart of a hunter, a stripper, a sexy time customer, a black mamba metamorphosis. On the LA desert shore, journey through the portal known as Death's Door, fearless, follow, stay inside a crab shell, honest after feeling what it's like to lie so damn well. Real sight when human experience connoisseur. This body, sacred research vessel. Club deja vu, red lights flashing on and off. Sometimes they shift to blue. Red lights of deja vu. Red light of deja vu. You're the fraternal twin. To the photographic darkroom, permanent images are birthed in. Red light, shortest spectrum, signifying things we move in away from. Return to my house, pink February dawn, taking a shower and smoking a blunt. Change back into familiar clothes, smoke another blunt. Smile, I watch the sun come up. Yellow voice reminds me in Hawaii, shamans learn total immunity from the burn of all things fire.
That's right.
Old, stale laws of the earth plane, reloading, reprogramming. Alchemical, quantum mind, transmutating. Full scope of the human being, awakening, earth quaking. Infinite potential, seeding, creating. These timelines, changing, incinerating. These blue spirit flames, raging, raging. Looking in the mirror, that is all faces, hey, Prometheus rising, waving.
Yes.
I let her go. All right, we're going to round out the evening with Max. Now, Max, take it easy on my microphone this week, because it's already faulty. Come on up, Max. So, we're all different. We're all different.
Yep.
And we are all just gorgeous.
I am at least, man.
You can just here. I'd rather you didn't. So these people will blame you for that. This is not going to work. You gotta speak it.
Well,
then that is okay. I will just use this for tonight.
It doesn't like hand jobs.
No, it does not like hand jobs. Indeed, it does not. I am Max. I am here to bring the intensity up, the loudness, to bring up a volume or two. You see, I'm not a haiku writing, nor am I eating a granola eating motherfucker. I just go with it. I don't write what I feel. I walk, and I go with my intensity. I just improvise it in my head. I feel it, and I live it, and I damn so fucking breathe it in me. Hallelujah. I love you all. Thank you very much.
All right. And thus, another episode of Carry On at Cush disappeared into the ether. Pop, good night.
Candace, favorite part. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up responding to your phone next week because I've been sitting here and lines keep on popping into my head and I don't have to organize my so I just can't guarantee what the creative process is. You send me your poems so I can look at it, but I remember a lot of lines. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
And I want to give you the equal opportunity. I feel like it's unfair, for me to respond to your poem. And you don't respond to mine, then I can say your poem. I only respond to dudes.
You know what? Go ahead and send me your poem when I send you yours. It'll be a reminder. Let me see if I can. I have to usually write my poems after school, so I need to get all that bullshit out of my head.
You're still doing school right now?
I'm doing a philosophy religion class for December.
What? You're doing a philosophy religion class? Holy shit. Are people allowed to just walk in and listen to the lecture?
I don't say anything.
Good.
It's 2 to 4 every day.
Every day.
Except Saturday and Sunday, but that's...
So, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4?
Mm-hmm.
I might show up to that. It's not going to be weird or anything.
Yeah, I can send you the notes, and even I'll ask if we can have guests.
Yeah, dude, let me know.
We're doing William James right now.